Good evening, friends. It's a cloudy day outside, and I can also hear the pitter patter of raindrops. And my mind goes back to the time when I was a kid, and my dad used to recite rhymes and nursery rhymes, and he would write on the spur of the moment poems, and he would recite. So, right now, I'm going to read out to you a part of my essay from Flights from My Terrace, and this essay was inspired by my dad. So, here I go. A huge tree, a huge neem tree, standing in the garden which Dad loved to tend, was a swaying witness to our pranks and escapades. Under its green canopy, we could make ourselves snug inside a sort of tent formed by the overhanging limbs of another tree and a few overgrown shrubs. And there, in this luxurious comfort, we would devise many a diabolic plan, hatch many a conspiracy, crack many a joke, ignoring the raucous calls for lunch. Notorious for my tantrums, no one dared to scold me for fear that I would run away from home, for that was what I would threaten everyone with. But one day I was scolded. But one day I was scolded. And well, I did run away. With cat like stealth, I crept into Granny's room, which had a small store with different trunks holding our clothes. Granny was involved in laughing at the jokes of her own world, so she did not notice the stealthy intruder. Cautiously, slowly, I picked up my favorite night suit, the one with the tiny yellow and black flowers against a white background, a frock which was a hand me down from my elder sister, a toothbrush and toothpaste, an apple, a book. I prided myself on being a bibliophile of sorts. And tying all this in a tablecloth, made a handy baggage of it, hung the baggage on a long stick which Dad kept under the bed. Now I was ready to leave home. Wasn't this the manner in which Hansel and Gretel had headed towards the woods? Those fairy tales had thoroughly fired my imagination. The stick with the baggage firmly on my shoulder, I stepped out of the house. There was a great hue and cry when my disappearance was noticed. My elder brother ran in one direction, my younger brother was too young to run anywhere, and my elder sister burst into uncontrollable sobs, and my younger sister headed straight for the neem tree, and in a high-pitched voice cried, "Come down, we know you are up there." I almost swallowed my Adam's apple instead of apple I was carrying with me. This 5-year-old was said to have a wise head on her shoulders. The book had fallen down from my hands when the small girl screamed and screamed and screamed. "Papa, she has just learned to climb the tree, and therefore I guess she was up there," my sister said, beaming. "And now, because of you, I'm down here," I said, bristling with rage, and stretched out my arm to catch her by the hair. But with exemplary agility, she was soon out of harm's reach. My younger brother was always hitting on something, so one day he hit upon the idea of starting a library for the neighborhood kids with 5 books. With 5 books, 6 comics, and lots of dreams, which turned into a nightmare when the kids refused to return the books they had borrowed. My brother was heartbroken. Brother was heartbroken. So, in a fit of rage, he stamped upon his ambition of becoming a librarian. And now, this heartbroken brother of mine has seriously taken to the task of healing broken hearts and is a very, very successful cardiologist. The owl and the pussycat went to sea in a beautiful pea green boat. They took some honey and plenty of money, all wrapped in a 5-pound note. Thus sang Dad, tutoring my elder sister for the elocution contest in school, while we, the younger ones, sat around listening to his powerful baritone as it wafted across to us, soothing us as we sat on cots in the rain-refreshed garden, waiting for sleep to overtake us, wondering what a runcible spoon was, wondering with what they dined on They dined on mince and slices of quince with runcible spoons. And we wondered what a runcible spoon was, but mustered not enough guts to ask him. Time's winged chariot moves on, leaving in its wake a host of memories which are always there, pinging and poking us. Time has moved on. Time has moved on. Edward Lear has also moved on, but the owl and the pussycat, his famous poem lives on. And what also lives in memory is the way my father sang it out to us one cloudy night in R4 University campus, Jaipur, stringing an imaginary guitar. Thank you so much for listening to me. Thank you, friends.